Corey Erdman here with legendary fighter and trainer to the stars, John David Jackson, who was here in Toronto with Richard Hall, who just fell in defeat to Denton Daly, but I think John gave some solid lessons to a young fighter here tonight in Toronto.
Yeah, he may have given a couple solid lessons, but the kid came away and he did the right thing. He stayed away from Richard, boxed. He may have felt Richard's power early, and he said, listen, let me stand on the outside and box the old man, which was the right thing to do. We were hoping for a win, but unfortunately the young kid was smart and stayed away.
Now, Richard seems to have a little bit of power left as well, and he had Denton in the corner at times. Were you telling him to go after it, or did you think that Daly was setting some traps?
No, we had to go after it. That was the only way to beat this kid, you know. And Richard did well in spots. In other spots he didn't. He's getting old. It's time to, hang up the gloves. He did the best he could. It just wasn't good enough to win the fight. Now, I take my hat off to the kid. He did the right thing. He fought the way I thought he honestly was going to fight. I was hoping he'd come at us, but he boxed and stayed away.
Well, let's talk about one of your up-and-coming fighters and a guy who's really on the world stage now. You can't even really say up-and-coming, and Sergey Kovalev. Did you guys expect to wipe out Gabriel Campillo the way that it did? Because I don't think the boxing public, anyone expected that.
Honestly, I did. I told the commentators before the fight at the pre-fight meeting, I said, listen, Campillo's good. Everybody blows him out the wall and say he's great, but he's not. His defense is a little lacking. And I knew if Kovalev hit him, it wouldn't last long. Plus Campillo has no power. If you can't keep a punch like Kovalev off you, you're in trouble. So I pretty much figured to go the way it went. I told him it might not go past 3 rounds. And, Kovalev's making me look pretty good right now. So.
Well, I think everyone was impressed with him, but I think people still want to know. I mean, is Kovalev, do you think, a true puncher at 175?
Oh, no. Trust me, he's the real deal at 175. The kid that he knocked out before Lionel Thompson I heard recently that he told another guy in Florida that, he's been in with sparred Bernard, he sparred with Dawson, he sparred with Pascal, he sparred a lot of heavyweights. He said no one hits like Kovalev at all. And I believe that, Kovalev, when he punches, you can hear it in the audience. He punches that good. So I expect big things from him, and we're hoping to, secure a title fight for him this year. And I believe that he will rule the division. My big dream is him and Ward at 175. I want Ward to fight him at 75. Not go to Oakland, come fight him someplace neutral. I believe Kovalev will beat him.
If not Ward, if he has to take a step, you and I were talking off camera before, is Chad Dawson an option for Kovalev at this point?
I think we'll be. How many options does Chad really have? After the Ward fight, he looked terrible. There's not many marquee fights out there for him to really fight, and the money's not there for him. HBO has, I think they have 1 fight left with him. This would be the logical fight to take. If he doesn't, I don't know what would happen. He might get stripped. I don't know how it will work out, but for Chad, that's the fight that's out there, and hopefully he'll take it. I'm expecting a win from Kovalev, but it's a great fight.
Certainly a tough boxing matchup, but you still have to feel good. Dawson coming off a knockout loss at 168, and then you have a true puncher, like you're saying, a guy who can really bang. Might be able to catch him while he's vulnerable.
I think he's vulnerable. Chad's a real mysterious guy. His 1 day's on, 1 day's off. His mental state, we're not sure if it's stable or not. Not saying he's crazy, but just mentally, he's not focused sometimes. So, having said that and seen his last fight, his last few fights, he doesn't look that good, really. So I think Kovalev stands a really good chance of not only beating him, but destroying him, and whatever's left of his career, just pretty much ending it for him.
And lastly, another guy that you work with who a lot of maybe the fringe boxing fans would know you from working with, Kimbo Slice, just came off of an exciting fight over in Australia. What is it like working with Kimbo? I mean, people maybe see him as a circus actor, whatever they want to call him, but does he put in good work in the gym? Is he taking this seriously?
When he's in the gym, he gives you 110%. When you get him in the gym, he gives 110%. It's getting him in the gym, that's the problem. So what I told his manager to do was, listen, line his next fighter for him. If you give him a date, he'll be there. If you don't give him a date, you won't see him. But, listen, he was a good street fighter. Did a little UFC. Didn't do so well. Just did great in spots, but didn't do well in other spots. Boxing, he's to me, I don't take it serious with him like a Klitschko or somebody like that. No, listen, make the money you're making great money. Make it. A lot of guys can't make that money for a 4-round fight. Don't want no, hey, it's what you do. Get serious and make all you can make. If they try to put you somebody in the top 10, well, let's make sure it's worth your while. When there's a draw, you come out and you paid, and that's the bottom line. Because he's a good story for boxing. Will he be world champion? I can't say he will. I can't say he won't. I just say enjoy it while he's doing it, because he's a fun ride with Kimbo. If he's in a fight, he's gonna give you 110% what he has. So What will he be? Only we know. Only time will tell him. Whatever he does will determine how far he goes in boxing.
Maybe it's a silly question, but what do you think you can improve in Kimbo? Because I know when you were in the corner, you were just telling him, keep your friggin' hands up, you know, and that was the main message you gave him in the last fight. But is that the key?
Well, you know, he likes to get hit every fight. He says it wakes him up. Well, listen, you know, you might get by somebody, you might not wake back up, you know. So, you know, the defense, we always try to make sure that he stays focused with keeping his hands up. Like, how far he goes, I don't know. It depends on what Kimbo does. It could be a short run, it could be a long run. Title, I don't foresee a title. I'm not trying to get a title for him. I'm trying to get him all the wins he can get and make all the money he can while he can.
There's a lot of UFC guys jumping over, and maybe he can beat them up, you know, once they make the jump.
Hey, listen, that's great. If you can do that, and these guys come over, it makes for exciting boxing. You know, listen, I'm not saying scientific. I'm just saying exciting, and that's what the fans want. Exciting. Kimbo gives you that. So we'll see what happens.
Well, we're looking forward to seeing you in the corner again soon.
Appreciate it. Thank you very much.